Hello, my name is Rodney, and I'm from Coffeyville, Kansas. I happen to be a preacher's son, and I'm finishing up my degree here at Friends University in Organizational Management and Leadership. I wanted to take this time to kind of give you a synopsis of what I've learned and a little bit about where I'm going. To start out, I wanted to give you a quote that I've kind of fell into with Socrates. He says that the man that moves the world must first move himself. And I really hold true to this because in trying to accomplish many things in my work or life, I've realized that I have to first take that step. I first have to apply myself before I can apply the employees that are under me or really get anything accomplished. In doing so, I've created a personal mission statement that I think kind of embodies where I'd like to be. I'd like to commit myself to excellence and hold myself to the highest degree of integrity in every area of my life. By not settling for less than my best and not accepting complacency is how I will rise to the top of any ladder I choose to climb. My personal definition of leadership is someone who embodies the characteristics and abilities that they are trying to enforce and build up in others. Where that comes from is more along the lines of my mission statement, that if you are going to try and teach someone a lesson, I feel as though you need to have already learned that lesson yourself. Like I said, I'm a preacher's son, so the sermons that I've heard from many different pastors who, some I knew, some I didn't, but the ones that got the lesson, the ones that really had a heartfelt meaning in their heart to try and pass that lesson on to others, had learned that lesson before and really used it in their lives. And I think that makes the best kind of leader, is someone who has the experience and someone who is willing to share what they've learned. But first of all, they do have to learn it themselves. Some key lessons that I learned in this organizational management and leadership program here at Friends is, number one, to be accountable. I think too many times we as leaders, demand accountability from our employees, yet when it comes to ourselves, we are much less or much more flexible in turning in things, sending the daily reports, daily updates that our bosses receive. So be accountable is my number one lesson from this course. Not everyone is going to react the same way to things, so you need to tailor your direction and tailor your comments to the person that you're saying them to. I learned this through group dynamics in this course and in this program, that there are going to be, I really like the lesson about the parrot and the owl, and there's two others, the eagle and the there's one other, I can't think of it right now, but I myself am a parrot. But there's always going to be different types of people in any situation that you're in, whether it be a small group at your church, whether it be your work group for a certain project. There's always going to be an innate leader, there's always going to be an innate follower, someone that's a great listener, and someone that likes to talk. But those creative forces that we all have within us, when we mesh them together properly, there's nothing that can hold us back. And that's really what I learned for group dynamics from this program. It's just really the fact that there's going to be born leaders, but not everyone has to be born a natural leader to become something great in themselves. For the group dynamics, really, there just needs to be someone that is willing to take on the group and to put people in the correct places that they can bloom in. My mother always taught me, well, bloom where you're planted. Sometimes a palm tree, even though it's planted with the utmost care, won't grow in Kansas. And it's because they were planted in the wrong place. So it really takes a good leader to know what attributes and what characteristics someone has and place them in their role accordingly. The intentions I have for the key lessons I've learned is to build on them and to lead each team and or project that I'm in charge of, or even just a part of, to build each skill that I've been made aware of through this program. Now, how will I do that? I anticipate becoming an administrator in a nursing home, and further on becoming an administrator for a hospital and building an empire of healthcare. But before all of that comes to place, I have to become the leader in the situation that I'm in right now. The Bible does say that we initiate the steps, but God shows us the path. So I have to become accountable and become the leader that I've been taught to be through this program in the step that I'm in right now, because I will never grow any further unless I choose to embody what I've learned so far. Now, the next question was, do I anticipate increasing my personal acts of leadership moving forward? I certainly do. I really anticipate bringing such a dynamic to any team that I'm a part of, to meet the needs and exceed the needs of any organization that comes into contact with me, because I do have that passion. I have that spark within me that I want to share with others. The top 5 leadership traits that I hold dear to my heart is: number 1, passion. 2 is communication. 3 is commitment to staff. 4 is team building. And 5 is decisiveness. The area that I think I need to improve in the most is the application. The application of these 5 traits. I have the passion. I'm able to communicate. I have a commitment towards my staff. I want to build up my team members. And I am quick to make a decision. But it's the application of it all to my own life that I think I really need to work on this. Being able to focus on the very thing that you need to be doing at the correct time is probably the most important lesson that anyone can learn. And not just learn, but to do. Again with the Bible, but without action, faith is dead. So we have to act on the lessons that we have learned, and that is really where I sometimes struggle. I'm a huge procrastinator. I like to wait until the last moment. I'd like to wait past the last moment and then try and struggle to make something happen, make something out of nothing. But I really think that going forward, I just need to work on the application process of these 5 traits. In closing, I just want to take a moment to say what Friends has done for me. Friends has given me an ability to accept myself and the ability to accept others for where they're at. I think in the past I have chosen to judge others on how I would do something, judge others' work by how I would complete the work. And now I have a sense of knowing that everyone is going to do something differently. Even though I may say, ABC to one and ABC to another, they both might get 2 different things out of that, and I might end up with different results. But I have to be accountable for those results. I have to be responsible for those results, and that is how I choose to become a leader in my future. So I want to thank you for listening to all this, and I hope you got something out of it. Thank you. Goodbye.